guys, it's Captain Forest here, and today I'm going to be power scaling Black Widow from Marvel 616. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, help my content grow. I really do appreciate the amount of subscribers I've gained and the support that I've got from you guys. Also, speaking of support, Coffee Shop Gang, shoutouts to all the homies. Please check out their content. Please make sure you subscribe to their channels if you haven't done so. They also scale different verses, whether it's anime, comics, or even like sometimes just webcomics, anything of that nature. So please check those channels out. Also, I do have a Patreon. If you guys would like to get access to my scan servers, please consider joining the Patreon and become a permanent member today. So anyway, let's get right into the meat and potato of things. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Black Widow, of course, Natasha herself, and go over all her stats, abilities, AP, and all her impressive showings throughout the comics. So in terms of AP, she should easily be around multi-city block to town level. Black Widow can hurt Bullseye, the same Bullseye can hurt Daredevil, and Daredevil has embarrassed Deadpool. Deadpool himself has his own multi-city block feat where he survives an explosion, which was calced at multi-city block. The town level scaling is from Taskmaster hurting Cap, the same Captain America who can tank an AoE, which was calced around town. Black Widow has demonstrated to physically hurt Taskmaster and make him bleed, and also take attacks from him, which is pretty impressive. Let's talk about the Widow's Bite real quick. So in terms of like the AP for the Widow's Bite, the Widow's Bite does have some Herald tier arguments. The Widow's Bite is able to hurt the likes of Moonstone, literally stuns her and hurts her. This same Moonstone can knock around Hulk, which is pretty impressive, and Hulk himself has Herald tier scaling himself. And moving on to speed, so easily Black Widow has like FTL, MFTL, and she has like immeasurable speed as well. So you could pretty much just upscale her to a lot of characters like Wolverine, Captain America, Bullseye, a lot of the characters. She has her own FTL feats as well, so she's dodged like a barrage of lasers. And Black Widow, as I mentioned, should pretty much scale to a lot of the other characters in terms of FTL. Bullseye, he's been able to dodge like Cyclops' Optic Blast. He's dodged like a barrage of Optic Blast spam pretty consistently. And the immeasurable speed comes from the feat where Black Widow moves inside Limbo and blitzes Majik. Limbo is a realm that exists beyond the boundaries of time and space, so right there you have immeasurable speed scaling. So let's talk about Black Widow's bracelets, shall we? Let's talk about some of her equipment. Black Widow's bracelets are equipped with her Widow's Bite, which electrocutes her foes. Black Widow can adjust the settings of her Widow's Bite to lethal or non-lethal if she needs to just incapacitate an opponent, or if she wants to flat out kill her opponent, she can just amplify the potency of it. The Widow's Bite can also blind the target if they attempt to intercept it. The Widow's Bite at full power is stated to stop 10 men. The pain of getting hurt by the Widow's Bite will last over a month. So that's pretty much how nasty and potent the Widow's Bite is if you have been inflicted by it. The Widow's Bite can reach 30,000 volts, and the Widow's Bite can paralyze you. Black Widow can shoot out concussive blasts from her Widow's Bite. Getting hit by the Widow's Bite also causes your nerves to spaz out, so it affects your nerves too. The Widow's Bite can also stun you, and it's also noted in a guidebook that the range of the Widow's Bite can reach 6 meters. Black Widow can imbue her punches with the electricity from her Widow's Bite, and the Widow's Bite can disrupt and short-circuit tech, such as disrupting Winter Soldier's arm and short-circuiting Red Skull's power arm. Black Widow's bracelets are also equipped with the Widow's Kiss, which is a knockout tear gas that instantly knocks you out. Black Widow's bracelets also come with poison darts, which contain the Black Widow toxin. The dart will incapacitate you and make you delirious on contact. And Black Widow also has muscle relaxant darts, which renders the target's muscle completely useless for several hours. And Black Widow's darts can also pierce and pulverize objects. Black Widow comes equipped with her Widow's Line, which is a 100 long foot hook that she uses in many situations for offense or defensive measures. The Widow's Line can withstand the weight of over 500 pounds, and Black Widow can use her Widow's Line to ensnare her foes and restrain them or hook onto people and objects. The Widow's line has suction cups to get across buildings. The Widow's line can restrain up to 3 men. The Widow's line has been used to intercept a grenade, and Black Widow can fire her Widow's line and lace it around your neck from a distance. And Black Widow has used her Widow's line to choke her opponents out. Black Widow is very creative with her Widow's line, as inside enclosed spaces, Black Widow can use her Widow's line as a tripwire to trip up an unsuspecting foe, which leaves them wide open. Black Widow has demonstrated to disarm multiple armed men with her Widow's line, and the Widow's line also has a hook at the end, which Black Widow can lace around her foe's arm and lace the other end onto a billboard to BFR her foe. And Black Widow wears her signature costume called the Widow's Weed. Black Widow's costume is made of Kevlar-like substance to provide her maximum protection. The costume's fingers and feet contain small microscopic suction cups, which allows Black Widow to stick onto any surface. Black Widow's gloves are armored, giving her protection from sharp weapons. Black Widow wears anti-grav boots, which allow her to run up walls. Black Widow's costume is insulated to keep her warm. Now, for Black Widow's other standard equipment, Black Widow is equipped with handguns. Black Widow also carries electro burst ammo, which stuns and incapacitates her foes. And Black Widow is also equipped with knives. On certain occasions, if Black Widow has prep time, or if she's in a situation or an environment where there are other firearms available to be used, she will definitely resort to using them, such as assault rifles, sniper rifles, grenades, shotguns, you name it. So she's definitely no stranger to using any firearm in combat. Black Widow also carries a silencer that barely makes a whisper, and Black Widow also carries explosives in her belt and has used explosives to destroy a sentinel and a group of monsters. Black Widow also carries smoke grenades too. Now, let's talk about Black Widow's skill and accuracy. Black Widow beats 100 trained soldiers. It's also been noted in a guidebook that Black Widow is a master at several martial arts such as karate, judo, aikido, savate, various styles of kung fu, boxing, and combat gymnastics. Black Widow was trained by Wolverine at a young age, and Wolverine compliments Black Widow. Black Widow is known for her consistent dirty tactics. Black Widow even teaches young students to resort to dirty tactics such as targeting the eyes, throat, and genitals against larger and difficult and challenging opponents. Black Widow demonstrates these tactics such as stabbing Imus in his balls and kicks a bulletproof man in the balls. So she will use dirty tactics against more powerful and beefy opponents. So she will definitely resort to targeting vulnerable areas. She's also been able to swap hands with Taskmaster, who's pretty much mastered every fighting style in the world, and Black Widow has fought the Punisher on a few occasions and has demonstrated to outskill him. This same Punisher can contend with a suppressed Taskmaster who went at it for a long time. And another impressive feat, Black Widow has gone toe to toe, and she also drew against Elektra. She's also very skilled. Now onto accuracy and some noteworthy showings. Black Widow's accuracy is so acute that she can accurately determine the range, the wind, the distance, and miles of how far away her target is, and she can snipe from 3 meters away. This was demonstrated by Rogue when Black Widow kissed Rogue, and Rogue took Black Widow's powers and basically took her memories and her skills and all her abilities in order to snipe for her, which is how we are able to identify the feats and the demonstrations that Black Widow can also perform. Bullseye complements Black Widow's accuracy. Bullseye also couldn't see her after she snipes his card pretty accurately, which is very impressive. Black Widow skillfully fires her Widow's Bite to accurately hit Punisher and mess up his trajectory and blind him while he was using his scope. Black Widow has been able to accurately snipe away grenades thrown at her with her Widow's Bite, and Black Widow will use weapon improvisation and use any objects around her to get the upper hand in a fight. Black Widow is skilled enough to reload one-handed. Black Widow also has instinctive reaction. Black Widow can fight on instincts even when her memories are erased, and Black Widow can fight without thinking. Black Widow can read your intentions and expressions. Black Widow notes she finds it easier fighting groups of people as there is no coordination as they fight very clumsy. Black Widow has some pretty impressive endurance, resistance, and stamina feats. Black Widow undergoes a 2-hour training routine that is so rigorous that even the likes of Captain America would basically get overtaxed by performing such a training regime. Black Widow took a serum which increases her lifespan. She also has type 3 immortality. Black Widow is engineered to heal 4 to 5 times more faster than a normal human. She also ages slower and hardly gets sick and can withstand harsh environments. Black Widow has also developed a resistance to poison. Black Widow resists psychic torture from a machine and was unbroken. Black Widow has resistance to mind-altering drugs, and Black Widow can debunk phantasmas illusions, which Black Widow notes is more real than reality itself. And Black Widow has some pretty crazy endurance feats, such as being able to keep fighting despite being injured. Like, even as a child, she has great pain tolerance, so she can fight while getting stabbed. She can fight with, like, you know, some bullet holes in her. She'll keep trucking, she'll keep going. And Black Widow's arm gets crushed by a sentinel and she no-sells it afterwards. Black Widow's pain tolerance and willpower even impresses the likes of an AIM scientist when she was going through some torture. And Black Widow is conscious while undergoing surgery and doesn't go into shock and bears the pain. And Black Widow also eats a punch from Moonstone, which is very impressive because Moonstone is a Herald tier character and she took that pretty nicely. And Black Widow was also able to still keep fighting after some armed goons poisoned her on a cellular level when she stepped on some poison spikes, and she was still able to keep trucking. And that's going to pretty much round up the power scaling video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below, check out the coffee shop gang, check out their memberships, and of course, if you guys want to join the Patreon, you guys know what to do. Captain Forrest, signing out, peace.